YouTube. What's up, baby? Back in this thing again for another review. This is Q's Insight. I am Callie, and today we're going to be talking about Wednesday, Season 1, Episode 8, entitled A Murder of Woes. Alright, now if you've been to this channel before, you already know how we do it. We started off with the premise, 3 favorite scenes, the grade, and then we on to the next one, right? So again, Wednesday, Season 1, Episode 8, which is the season finale, entitled A Murder of Woes. All right, so for this episode, we start off with Wednesday talking to Tyler about him being the Hyde monster. Like, she's confronting him about him doing, about what she found out when she had the vision in the last episode, right, when they kissed. Okay, so then from there, we see Wednesday... has people to come along with her because he's like, well, Tyler's like, well, if you think I'm the Hyde monster, why would you come here and bring me out here alone? Like, you know what I'm saying? That would be something stupid to do. And then she's like, who said I was alone? And then we see like Bianca and just whoever else, right? The Nightshade Society, right? So they're coming to help Wednesday. And then so Wednesday tells Tyler that his mom was a Hyde, and that his father, Donovan, knew about it and just never told him. And then, let me pick this up. And then, she tries to, like, she takes him to, Xavier's, like, little art house, little room shack that he has. And then, Wednesday and Tyler's tied up on a chair right in front of him. And then it's like the Nightshade Society behind her. And so Wednesday starts to torture Tyler to get him to confess to things and also to get him to turn into the Hyde monster. But he doesn't do it. But while doing so, Bianca and like Ajax and just whoever else for the Nightshade Society were like, we agreed to help you out, but we didn't agree to like sit in front of you and have you torture Tyler, and we just sit here like we're not gonna do that. Like, this is wrong. You know what I'm saying? So they all end up leaving. And so she just stays there with Tyler, and then she continues to torture him. And then eventually it gets to this point where Sheriff what ends up happening is the Nightshade Society goes to tell Miss Weems what's going on. And so therefore Miss Weems calls Sheriff Donovan to tell him that his son Tyler is like kind of being not even kind of, but being kidnapped by Wednesday. And he's like, she's like doing crazy stuff. So he rushes over there. So while she's torturing him, Sheriff Donovan comes in with the other sheriffs. They arrest Wednesday, or just they bring her into custody, and then they free Tyler up, right? And then and there was also this scene with Sheriff Donovan where like he was like listening to these tapes that from like when Tyler was younger, like he would go see a shrink because like his mother's death or whatever and how it was affecting him. So in the tapes you hear the shrink talking to Sheriff Donovan, and she's like, oh, well, like the way that, he's been affected by his mother's death, like it's really worrisome, da 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 da. And then he gets that call from Miss Weems letting them know that, Wednesday and Tyler are going through something crazy. And so that's when he rushes, like I said. But anyways, so when they're at the station with Wednesday, and we find out through Tyler talking to Wednesday, like at the very end, they were going to release Wednesday, but she had to leave Nevermore. But what ends up happening is like right before she leaves the station, Tyler ends up talking to her real quick, and he's like, look, like, yeah, how does it feel to lose? And you're like, yo, like, he was like, how does it feel to lose? Like, yeah, I am the Hyde, you know what I'm saying? And da 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 da. You don't even know what's about to happen, and like, yeah, you're screwed, and da 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 da. I was like, yo, like this is crazy, bro. This fool's like just coming out with the with the real truth right now, like, you know what I'm saying? Done really jumped her, you know what I'm saying, on some chess stuff, and it's just really letting it out. Like, yeah, you failed. And I was like, bro, this is crazy. Like, this side of Tyler is something that we have never seen. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's always just so, nice, and he likes Wednesday. Well, we thought maybe he still does. I don't know, but we thought, but then seeing this side of him and them just coming so raw with it, man, it was like it was crazy to see, man. So nevertheless, he is the Hyde monster for sure, for sure. Like, he's admitted to it. And so Wednesday, when she goes back to her school, well, I don't know if it was like right before she goes to school or when she got to the school, but anyway, she ends up talking to Xavier, and she tells him that you know she needs his help to get Tyler, but he doesn't want to help because of everything that's happened, and he doesn't exactly hold her in high regards right now at this point because of just what they've been going through as of late. So Xavier tells Wednesday she should leave so that way nothing can happen, because she shows him the picture that I think a guy's name was like Rowan or something like that he had, where it had Crackstone and someone, either Wednesday or someone that looked like Wednesday, which maybe was Goody. He says like, this can't come to fruition if you're not here, so just leave and then everything should be fine. And so she's like, all right, whatever. So that scene is that how it ends. So we see Wednesday going to pack her stuff up. Enid and Wednesday, say their goodbyes to each other. It's a cool little scene, and then we end up finding out that Eugene wakes up from like his coma or whatever. So she goes to visit Eugene. Eugene talks to Wednesday about what he saw that night when he got attacked, and also what else he saw when whoever that mysterious person was, lit up the cave or whatever with fire. So Eugene ends up giving her like certain clues, and then we end up seeing that Wednesday kind of puts things together, and we end up finding out that the person that's been, helping Tyler along is Mrs. Thornhill. So she's the one like controlling Tyler. So then from there, we see that Wednesday goes to visit Mrs. Thornhill and confronts her about like what she's learned. And then we see Tyler is behind Wednesday, and she ends up saying, Wednesday ends up telling Miss Thorn, because Miss Thornhill is like still, acting oblivious to whatever. And so Wednesday's like, well, Tyler's here and he already told me everything that happened. So like, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason to lie anymore. And then all of a sudden, after Miss Thornhill comes clean, like, hey, yeah, whatever, you called me, da 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 da. We see that Tyler is actually Miss Weems. So Miss Weems did the, she transformed herself, shapeshifted into, because she's a shapeshifter. She shapeshifted into Tyler to trick Miss Weems to get to say whatever. And then she hears it. She knows Wednesday's telling the truth. Now, you know what I'm saying, she can do her thing. So anyways, Miss Weems finds out about what happened. And then she takes the disguise off. And then right before, like, everything can be cool or whatever. Like, bro, Miss Thornhill poisons um Miss Weems, and it's like it's deadly poison, so she ends up dying, bro. Like, it's crazy. So anyways, Eugene calls Enid to tell her about Wednesday, going to go visit Miss Thornhill with Miss Weems, and that, he hasn't heard from them all day. So like, go help her out if you can. Go check on her, see if everything's all right. So Enid and Ajax go to help Wednesday, and then Eugene gets up out the bed. He's going to go help Wednesday, of course, and then the rest of the Nightshade members are going to go help Wednesday. So we then see that Wednesday is tied up by Mrs. Thornhill, and then Miss Thornhill, is, we find out, is related through through the bloodline to Crackstone. So we find out that Miss Thornhill is trying to resurrect Crackstone, and we find out that she needs Wednesday's blood because the way that Goody, entombed Crackstone was like through some spell, and it was like some blood spell, so it took her blood. So being that she's dead, you need blood that's like of the same lineage. Wednesday's there, so they're gonna use her blood to activate the seance, and then they can resurrect Crackstone. All right. So Miss Thornhill starts the ceremony. We see that Crackstone is indeed summoned back to life. During the whole situation that happens after he is summoned back to life, he ends up stabbing Wednesday in the stomach, and Crackstone and Miss Thornhill leave the room, and they leave Wednesday to die, to bleed to death. And then we see the Nightshades link up and come up with a plan to save Wednesday and everybody else. And then so as Wednesday is left dying in the room, she is able to see Goody, and Goody tells her, like, look, like, I can help you out. It just so happens that necklace that your mom gave you, it's a charm to where it can like help you with it helps her with her visions and like being able to like connect with people, right? But Goody tells her that I can go through your body and then I can heal you, but then after that you won't see me anymore. So she ends up doing that, and she heals Wednesday. Now from this, I don't know if this is gonna come back on later on down the line. Maybe like Wednesday, maybe Goody will end up taking over Wednesday's body, or like maybe that will be some type of problem like later on, like in other seasons. Who knows? Because she did say you're not going to see me anymore, but that doesn't mean that like she's not still inside of her. So we'll see what happens. Maybe she won't see her because she'll be taking over the body like at certain points. Like I don't know, man. Don't quote me, but what I'm saying, I feel like that's gonna play something down the line. But anyways, yeah, Goody ends up saving Wednesday, so Wednesday's rejuvenated. Now she's going after Crackstone and Miss Thornhill. So we then see Enid wolf out, and so she's first time transforming into a wolf completely, and then Donovan helps Tyler and Enid. I'm sorry. So when Enid transforms into the wolf, it's because Wednesday, she's like getting held up, getting choked by Tyler, and he's turned into like the monster. He turned into Hyde. So Enid is in her wolf form, of course. So she comes, she's fighting against Tyler, and they're both hurting each other real bad. You know what I'm saying? And what ends up happening is Tyler comes like real close to basically probably defeating Wednesday and Enid. So, but his dad shows up, Sheriff Donovan, and then he has a gun, and then like, you know what I'm saying, he ends up helping you know, Enid and Wednesday out because he sees that his son is the Hyde. So maybe, I guess he didn't know. Maybe he never knew that he was going to turn into the Hyde or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, Enid and Tyler hurt each other really bad. And then we see that Wednesday ends up going to Crackstone, and then she ends up fighting against Crackstone, and she does well, but then it gets to a point where she is honestly gets overwhelmed again. And so right before Crackstone can kind of like put this spell on her to like summon her to hell, Bianca comes with a sword and stabs him. Then he like breaks the sword or something, like pushes or slaps Bianca back, bro. She flies back. Wednesday takes this time where he's distracted, and she picks up the sword and stabs him again. Then he ends up dying. And then Miss Thornhill ends up, I can't remember if she ends up dying or if they just end up like taking her in, but she does end up getting stung by a whole bunch of bees through Eugene's help, and then Wednesday kicks her in the face and knocks her out. So I don't think she died, but I think they just have her like held up, you know what I'm saying? But the situation ends like that. We find out that Enid ends up being okay. And then, you know, I think time has passed because like the next day we see that, you know, Wednesday is leaving, and I don't know if she's leaving because like the school year is over and time has passed, or is she leaving because, you know, of what just transpired, and then she'll come back like, you know what I'm saying, like next school year, you know what I'm saying. I'm not sure which one, but either way she is leaving. And she will be back, of course, but she is leaving. And so she ends up saying her goodbyes to everybody. You know, we also end up finding out, because Xavier gives her a cell phone as a present when she leaves. Someone texts her, an unknown person, and this person is sending her pictures of stuff that's just recently happened. So there's still somebody out there that's been watching Wednesday and wants her dead. And this is the same person that we found those pictures, that she found those pictures that were taken of her by this unknown person that we still don't know. That was in the bottom of that music box when Wednesday that Wednesday found when she went to the Gates mansion. So there's somebody still out there, bro. Like, so we haven't got all the answers to everything. So I'm pretty sure next season we'll still continue certain things from this season, and then we'll open up to new things in this season, into the second season as well. So it'll be some new answers, some new questions, and there will be some new answers to some old questions. But yeah, that's it for right there, man. That's basically how the season, that's how the episode ended. Three of my favorite scenes for this will be Wednesday and Tyler, bro. Like when they were talking, just that whole scene, like when they were talking at the station, when Wednesday, like, you know, was about to leave, and then Tyler like turned it around, was like, yo, like, yeah, you lost, you know what I'm saying, and I am the high, I was like, bro, like, this is a crazy scene, because like, you know, Tyler really turned it up right there, man. So that was one of my favorite scenes. Second favorite scene would be Ned versus Tyler when Ned wolfed out and she fought against Tyler in his hide form. That was cool to see. We got monster versus monster. And it was a pretty dope scene. I definitely liked it. So that was my second scene. My third favorite scene would be Crackstone versus Wednesday. Like, that was pretty cool as well to have the season finale, final battle, against Crackstone. Wednesday, it's sword play, and this dude knows magic and stuff like that. So just, it was a crazy little scene, man. I didn't expect the fighting to be that way. But it was dope. It was dope. Like, I didn't expect them to do it, but like, that's the fighting that was necessary for this show. Like, and it was dope. Like, I didn't think they was gonna do it like that. It just was dope. Like, I definitely liked the fighting, and the fact that you had the beast versus beast, and you had the, I guess you say like warlock versus like, per se witch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But yeah, that was cool, bro. That was very, 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 very cool. This episode is going to get a 10 for me. 10 out of 10 for sure, bro. So this is definitely the highest rated episode for moi. Although I will say that I did like the episode. I think my favorite episode was the one with Fester. But this one still gets the highest rating because of everything that happened. But yeah, 10 out of 10 for this episode. So we're definitely going to be getting a season 2. So stay tuned. When season 2 comes out, I'll definitely be on here. I'll be doing the reviews. Hopefully we get some spinoffs eventually, man. And I really enjoyed this show, man. This season was pretty much fire all the way through. There wasn't a boring episode to me, and it always kept me interested in to find out what is going to be the next question that I have for the show, you know what I'm saying? And when will we get these answers, you know what I'm saying? It's always kept me on the edge of my seat. But yeah, man, that's I definitely like this season. Definitely like this show, man. Hopefully it can continue on for a while. If you guys saw this episode, let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below. If you guys saw this whole season, let me know which episode was your favorite episode thus far. Are you looking forward to a season 2? Are you looking forward to some spinoffs? Because I think that would be a cool little thing. But definitely a season 2, nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? But let me know what you guys thought about this in the comments down below. All right. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. As always, this is Q's Insights. I am Callie. Till next time.